Hello, happy Monday. Returning
Hello.
from a Thanksgiving, I literally probably gained 5 pounds or something. All I did was eat this weekend. I swear. How's your Thanksgiving, John?
It's pretty good.
You get any good deals?
I picked up Horizon Zero Dawn.
The $10 one?
The $10
Yeah.
complete
Okay.
edition.
Anything else?
No, keeping it light.
Keeping it light. Nothing
No.
crazy. All right.
Crazy.
Cool.
I thought about a monitor, but I was like, mine's fine.
All right. Hey, there's still Cyber Monday. There's still
It's true.
today,
It's true.
technically.
I can look today.
But anyways, we are gonna play Darksiders 3. We have it early because we have the review copy, so we have pre-release basically. It comes out tomorrow.
Yep.
You've played a bunch, but
Yeah,
we're gonna start from the beginning, right?
I'm at the. I've beaten full. I'm like in the last couple hours of the game.
Nice. How long did that take you, roughly?
I don't know. I kind of played throughout the vacation. Probably I don't know, maybe 10-ish hours.
Okay.
This game starts with a real long exposition dump. I don't know if we want to let this whole thing play out on a
How
stream.
long is long?
Oh, at least 5-7 minutes.
All right. You want to TLDR it?
Heaven and Earth like to fight each other. The apocalypse happens, and all of humanity dies.
Okay. And now we're here.
And now we're here.
All right. That sounds pretty.
Yeah, we're gonna skip. This doesn't play really well on stream. Well, we can watch this
All right.
part at least.
Okay. That's Fury.
So this is
right?
Fury. So for those of you who are not familiar with Darksiders, you play as the four horsemen of the apocalypse. In the first game, you play as War, who is gets kind of blamed for causing the apocalypse, but then it turns out there's this conspiracy, and that's kind of the plot of the first game. The second game, you play as Death. In this game, you play as Fury.
Bored as I am, perhaps I'm just lazy. If I didn't
Think top right is better, probably, huh? Or do you know what's in the top right?
I don't recall offhand.
About to find
You're
out.
probably fine.
The call? Finally.
Gonna move us here.
Speedy says, I love redheads. Oh, it's more purple, but her hair does turn set on fire. That's one thing I like, is you get different elemental abilities that change your weapon, alternate weapon, and her hair changes color depending on the weapon.
Sweet.
It's a cool little visual
What
effect.
pathetic fate have you brought upon
So yeah, so there's
yourself?
War. He's been accused of
What's up, Dalton Brown? How are you doing?
I may
causing the
have
apocalypse. So
used
this game takes
fables.
place
My tongue never
before
found
the
chained
first
to a
one.
rock like some dog.
Okay.
Fury, approach us.
Like the whole thing with Darksiders is that spoilers, the end of the first game kind of implies all four horsemen get together. And then each game has kind of taken place before the end of the first one.
Okay.
So kind of what they've been subtly hinting at is that they'll do one game for each horseman, and then the fifth game will be your culmination where all four horsemen, I don't know if that means you play as all four or you do a 4-player co-op type thing. That was what me and my friends always thought. We're like, dude,
That would be cool.
4-player co-op, each one gets to play a horseman.
But would you fight over who you wanted though?
Oh, maybe, I don't know.
Abshek, the reviewer of this game of Darksiders 3 for us was out of the UK, so unfortunately they can't be here.
No, yeah.
But the review is up if you were curious.
He's
Yeah.
the delicate one.
The 7 deadly sins have been released.
Great anime.
Cannot
7 Deadly Sins is actual.
Here's a question for John. Did they change game design since the first one? If not, what THQ is trying to do? Shoot the moon again? Did they change game design? Yeah, so it's I'm also gonna skip this, and I'm
Okay.
kind of want to get to the game. It's
Got it.
Long cutscenes like that don't really play well on a stream unless you're doing a long play.
That's fair.
This game is it plays like Dark Souls.
Really?
Yeah, they made a Dark Souls in this one.
Dark Souls. I like Dark Souls. It's
I
just
like-
that it gets to that point where you start saying that to other people and they're like, why can't it just be its own thing? It's like, well, it's the easiest thing to compare it to.
Sure.
Kind of
Well, I mean,
stylistically.
it's very
We're about to see it, right?
blatantly Dark Souls. I'm talking so the first game was basically Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
Where you
But you don't have stamina, right?
no,
Doesn't
there's
look
no
like- okay.
stamina, so that's kind of one of the big differences. But the first game played like Legend of Zelda. You had the different weapons you got, you had the dungeons. It was Zelda with combat that was a little more combo based, not quite Devil May Cry, but a little bit more. Darksiders 2 was trying to maybe like be a little more Devil May Cry-ish. It had like the Diablo kind of loot system. This game is like goes for a Dark Souls approach where there's no minimap. It's all like an interconnected world that kind of weaves back into one another with different areas. The combat is way more focused on dodging, so it's more like Bloodborne in that sense. There's no parry or shield or anything like that. It's all about the dodges.
Is there any like witch time or anything like that? If you do perfect dodge,
if you do a perfect dodge, you get to do like a counter attack.
Oh, okay.
So I can.
That would be like pretty like last, obviously like.
Get this guy to.
Okay.
No, maybe I don't have it.
Even on the range attacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. John, I mean, even if we scored, even though it was scored the way it is, I think that it's always good to show the game in case you want to make your own informed decision.
Sure.
You know, obviously, that's just how it is. Also, yeah, there's other people that want to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Ooh, that was kind of more reach than I thought he would have.
Yeah. So I mean, you only got the one attack button for your whip. You can do like sort of like a stop. You know.
Like kind of like okay.
Yeah. So very basic combo list. You do get a second alternate weapon, which is your like elemental stuff.
Does that do your attacks grow as like you level and stuff like that, or
no? Not really. The attack combos stay the same the whole time.
Interesting.
The leveling is all just like stat based. So you have.
So does that get kind of
health, strength, and arcane? You get level up, you get points to put it in.
Okay. Does
that pretty simple?
Since you're only doing the same attacks, doesn't that kind of get old? No?
A little bit, but because it's more based on like the dodging stuff. It's more like Dark Souls, where it's like you're doing the same attacks in those games.
I guess that's true. But you have different weapons, though.
You do, and the different weapons are kind of keep it varied. Like this one, you have the different weapons you switch between. I would say that it does maybe end up a little more tedious than I'd want it to by the end, but I don't know. It didn't bother me that much.
That's fair. If you want to know more about the score, you should just read the review.
Yeah, read the review.
And that'll inform you as to why. I believe it was Richard Wakeling who gave it the score he did. Jonas says that there's health recovery like Bloodborne, or maybe that was a question.
No, there's no health recovery like Bloodborne. You have what's it called? Watcher's Respite. It's basically your Estus flasks.
Okay.
And then in addition to that, you also have healing shards you can find, which are like more consumable health items as well.
And we're currently playing on PC.
Yep, we're playing on PC. It runs smooth. I've had some weird technical issues. Couple stutterings. Game crashed once or twice, which kind of sucked. That is pre-day one patch though.
Yes.
So hopefully they iron some of that stuff out, but nothing that's really affected it.
Sweet.
I'll say one thing that because you play the game feels like a Metroidvania in terms of like you get a new power and then you can go to like previous area and find new stuff.
All right.
You know, and because you have a whip, it kind of reminded me of like, oh, this is sort of like a 3D Castlevania.
Yeah.
It's kind of all right. I should probably pay attention.
That's all right. We wanted to give him a free attack. Give MV here a free one.
So
there you go.
I got my,
okay, so and then it just pretty much auto triggers an attack, I would assume. I think,
no. You have to press the button to
cool.
do it.
What is it? I think Crime was asking if there's demonic powers. Turn up the volume. You got it.
Demonic powers. So you get your when you build up your meter at the bottom, you can do like a special attack that is different depending on which weapon you have, and then you can also do a when you fill up that little red and spiral meter, you get your I think it's called like a wraith attack, which is sort of like your your like devil trigger kind of thing.
Gotcha.
The other Darksiders games had that as well. There we go, so I can do that attack.
Very good. Nice. Okay, so it seems pretty worthwhile to try to get the perfect dodge.
Oh yeah.
big damage.
There is one weapon you get later where your like perfect dodge attack you do actually is a ranged attack, so you can even like take advantage of ranged foes that way.
Crimes, as you talked about going back in the level, are they crazy like before? A lot of paths and mazes?
A bit, not maybe as, it's more for getting like extra secrets. It's not as crazy as like a Dark Souls or something. The level design is not bad, but it can be a little simplistic, a little samey at times. But it does make it like, oh, I can go back and like get some like extra like bonus stuff, like. You know. Like, I think this game has, like, good foundation. I think it feels like it needed more time, like, to like, really build on it. I think, like, the mechanics are there.
Yeah.
It just feels a little simple.
But weren't you supposed to catch envy?
I did.
All right, so I did that pretty well.
Yeah. So. Oh. Your soul is mine. I don't even know if that's what's going to happen, but...
What are you looking at?
Oh, I was just trying to... Bob Jones was curious if there was a Switch version. No, nope.
No.
PS4, Xbox One, PC. Play it in a higher difficulty to experience the real challenge. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I'll say the game's a little simple. Or easy. Some of the bosses... There's a couple bosses where the design, it's not that they're hard, it's just a little monotonous, and I was like,
Okay.
I don't know if a hard difficulty would fix that, but yeah, maybe play it on a harder difficulty if you feel like it's a little too easy.
Yeah. I'm curious, like, how, like, have you tried it on a harder difficulty?
I haven't yet.
Okay, I'm just curious, like, is it like
how much it affects it?
like, yeah, is it like actual different moves from the bosses, etc. You know?
Yeah, I would be curious about that too. I like when games do stuff like that. I will say that you do lose health pretty easily, so it can. There are definitely times where I'm not paying attention and I get overwhelmed. So like Dark Souls, you can you pick up these shards and then you shatter them, get some souls.
Sweet.
To Darksiders' credit, their currency was always called souls, so they didn't really take that one from. That's just kind of a happy coincidence there.
Okay, so you have healing shards on top of your.
Yes.
Nephilim's
so Nephilim's Respite, which recharges. So it's weird though. It doesn't automatically recharge when you get to like a save point or anything. It only refills completely if you die, and then otherwise, when you kill enemies, you have a chance of getting one back. And there's like a talisman you can get that can like increase the chance of you like getting them back, which is nice. You get like healing shards. You eventually get ones that are like, this will boost your damage, and this will boost your like attack for like a certain amount of time.
Oh, okay. Also, I don't think we checked the graphic settings, but I'm assuming it's at least at high or higher than that. I would assume.
Should be at max. I mean, it defaulted to max for me on my PC.
Yeah, and I think this PC is roughly as good or better than what you have. It's an i7 8700K with a 1070.
I have a 1070 at home.
And like 32 gigs of RAM. So if it ran on max for you, then
that is
max here too.
Pretty similar, if not almost exactly what I had at
have?
home.
Nice.
So
cool. Yeah. Also, Abshek, as I had mentioned earlier, we didn't review the game. So if you want to read that review and understand why it got the score it did, you should read that review. That's how you're going to get your answer, because can't speak for someone else, personally.
How big is the world? Second game even had a horse. So you don't get a horse in this one. It's more like, it's not that it's small, it's just that it's kind of more labyrinthian, self-contained. Again, it's trying to go for like a Dark Souls thing where it's more like winding labyrinths rather than like a Darksiders 2 was like, here's like a massive hub world where you're like riding on a horse. Going for that Zelda approach.
So like now you can get back that way? Maybe?
Not that way. That's
Nope.
sort of like the starting area. So it's kind of a bummer because I think the weakest part of this game is sort of the first couple hours. It's pretty linear. and you don't like have any of the alternate weapons, and you kind of don't get to see like some of the puzzly stuff until a little bit later. Hopefully we can kind of get to that.
Okay. Speed run. Sort of. Are there like a lot of enemy types? Does it kind of get
There's a pretty decent
intense,
amount,
I guess.
yeah, especially when you get to like different areas, you come across more enemy types. Hello there. So you go, that green thing I got gave me another Nephilim's Respites.
Nice.
And you can, over time, you increase that and it fills up and stuff like that. And that's one of the things where why you want to find secrets, because you can get stuff like that.
Okay, so you still have like kind of like, I guess, a compass leading you.
A little bit. It basically just kind of points you in the general direction of one of the next sins. It's not really that useful, though. Like, I'm never really paying attention to it. There's an example, like, that's the thing I can't use until I get a different
power or something.
Power.
Millie, I would say the other thing, as Jean-Luc had just mentioned, is the first, I don't know, little bit of this, or well, hour or so, maybe a little bit more than that, as he had mentioned, is a little bit more linear. So if it looks a little bit more like straightforward and not your cup of tea, it gets a little bit more complex.
Yeah, I wish I could have shown like later parts of the game. Unfortunately, there is no like multiple saves. It just auto saves over the same thing, and I'm
really far.
Yeah, I'm pretty far in the game. I could like technically just go back and run through some older areas, but you know, I already like beat them and did all the puzzles, so it's not.
Yeah, so we're just gonna try to get through some of this early stuff as faster than you normally probably would, and then hopefully we can show some of that puzzle stuff.
Done already this twice now, so I kind of know what to do.
Sweet. You're a veteran.
I would like them to still make a 4, you know, despite the fact that I think this game isn't as great as I was hoping for. You know, I still like Darksiders as a series. I think this game has good ideas. I think it just needed more time, maybe to like kind of like build it out. And I'd like to see a 4 and see kind of what they do. I would like them to finish this series, you know, especially because like Strife, they could. His whole thing is guns, so they could kind of make a game with very different combat. Oh, jeez. Hello.
Hi, maybe you should use
It's letting me know.
Like, oh, by the way, you have these? There it is.
Sweet. Another example of a thing I can't.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So, like God of War 2 as well. Like,
yeah.
Or, like where, yeah.
A classic puzzly,
yeah.
you know, like.
It's like come back later when you should.
So.
I kind of like that though, because
me too.
Because then you start to go like, oh right, I could have went there, or like I got to go back there now.
And one thing I do like about this game, I don't think it does it the best. I'm not doing this so hot here. Is that it doesn't really like tell you where to go. It sort of expects you to just like kind of figure it out. So there's a couple of spots where you're like, oh, where's the next boss? And then you kind of have to remember like, oh right, back at like this area, there's like a thing I couldn't go to. I should try that.
Dan Tarek, I believe Richard Wakeling was the reviewer for Darksiders 3 for us.
Perhaps there are heroes.
Out of the UK. Woo!
Not my concern.
See, if it was Dark Souls, he would have waited for you to walk.
Exactly. They do a couple of that.
That tree. It's impressive. But is it just me, or is it out of place here?
It is a maker tree. Most likely you will find refuge.
It's weird only having the one weapon.
Oh, just because you're so used to.
I'm so used to using it.
How far is like your next weapon? Is it like really
soon.
kind of like?
You get this first weapon pretty soon.
Okay, cool. Because I was gonna say like with God of War it takes a while.
Says the demon who announces his ambush.
It was not my intention to do battle, horseman. Well, such a passionate little thing, aren't we?
Do not test my patience.
Very well. War is too hazardous an occupation for myself, horseman. I am here in the name of blind capitalism. I am Volgrim, merchant of the Dark.
Mr. Rabbit says without directions it'd be very frustrating. Yeah, it can be a little.
Even in the face of the apocalypse, one must
I feel like there might be some areas where if you're not paying attention or don't remember well, you'd be like, you could get lost. I'm not sure where to go. There was a moment where I did get lost. There was actually a moment where I straight up, like, I was like, okay, this is where I have to go. I couldn't figure out how to go there, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm not supposed to go here. Tried going back. Turned out I did have to go there, but I still couldn't figure out how to do it. And I kind of ended up like cheese glitching it, where like I jumped on a platform I shouldn't, and then used it to like super jump my way up. And I was like, okay, that's not how I was supposed to do that, but it got me to move forward.
Yeah. So you didn't think anything of it, probably.
But I'm also like, I don't know. I still don't know how I was supposed to do it, so I'm still not sure what was up with that area. And I was like, that feels weird.
It's like who else will get stuck there?
I would like to look up like what I was supposed to do, because I was like, well, I still don't know what I was supposed to do with that area. It's real weird. Because I thought like, oh, I'm supposed to have an ability, but then
to like get you there, right?
But the next area gets you that ability. So I'm like, well, wait, how would I? That doesn't make any sense. So you go to this guy and you can feed him your souls to level up. But one thing is that you don't have to feed it up all the way. You can just feed it up and then stop. So you you don't really have to worry about like losing your souls as much in like a game like Dark Souls.
Oh, and then he sells items as well, I guess.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. So he sells like the consumables. He also sells special stuff. These are rejuvenation core, increase the amount of health Nephilim's Respite does, and then these are like some ruins you can slot into your weapons.
As you wish.
He also lets you fast travel.
Nice.
No, wrong way. Here we go.
Volgrim and his demon tongue. They live to confound and feed of the scrap.
Almost forgot to
they
jump.
help destroy.
Indeed they do.
But despite his thirst for souls, Volgrim may be a useful tool on this journey.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
So did you put any stats in yet? After you leveled?
Oh, I haven't yet actually.
Okay.
Well, I should do that.
No worries. Just figured it would increase your damage or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, well, I'll increase my damage by 3.
Oh. I'm sure that was the same animation, but it seemed like you did a longer chain. Is this another one of these like you can't get by moments?
Yeah, can't get by.
Right. Have you, Crime asking, hey, have you started prepping Game of the Year games list at the office? Sort of. We're going to start deliberating soon.
I think we're all prepping our personal list right now.
Max Veltus, assuming I said your last name right, says, love you guys. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, still got a couple games I want to try and play this week. Oberdin, that's the big one I want to try and play. People keep talking about it, and it's apparently only like 5 hours, so I feel like I can maybe play that one. Hello.
So let me just preface this by saying if you've ever been to a GameSpot live stream or a GameSpot live stream, every Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Come by. We don't actually ever talk about our opinion. Not sure. That's not true. We don't talk about what we would rate the game. We will never talk about a score here unless we have the reviewer who's actually reviewed it. Then you can ask them about the score all you want. But if we're just playing the game to show the game and whatnot, we can only share with you our personal opinions. Now, those don't always necessarily match up with the reviewer, either better or worse. So at most, Jean-Luc can talk about his experience, his opinion of the game, but he will not compare, like, is this the 4 that it should be, or is it not, etc. So
that's it's very, very disrespectful to the
exactly.
reviewer.
Ooh, what's that?
It basically gets you a big old chunk of souls.
Right.
As far as was it Debrote's claiming it's at least a 7? I don't know, man. Have you played it yet?
Exactly. That's true. Especially since it doesn't come out till tomorrow, technically, for the rest of the world. So, can you make this jump?
No, I don't think. Wait,
I think I probably would have died trying to find out.
I cannot make that jump.
Danteric asking, "What's your current game of the year?" To both of us. I think I heard you say you had a new contender for yourself this year.
Mine's Yakuza 6. I just beat it last night.
Nice.
Very
would you
late.
say that? Would you say that your Yakuza 6 experience was bettered because you played the rest of the series?
100%.
Or do you think it would be something that someone could have played this year and been like, okay, this is my game of the year, I guess?
I think it's entirely possible for someone to play it and still feel like it's game of the year. I mean, if they've never played a Yakuza and they like fall in love with that like style of game, like sure, they could totally be like, oh man, that was amazing. But having played all of the games and then getting 6, like that game like kind of like wraps up that story in a way. It's like when you beat Mass Effect 3, right? And you're like getting like all like the subtle like nods and conclusions to all these like characters and storylines and relationships that have like built up for the last 5-6 years. Like you're getting that, you're getting like the conclusion to all these like and all these payoffs over like the course of 7 games. So like I think that enhanced my experience with that game a lot. But I certainly think it's still possible for someone to play that game and find it amazing.
Yeah.
That game does make itself approachable, where you could play it, having never played the rest of the games and still enjoy it for what it is.
So for me, it's probably God of War. However, I will preface that by saying I have not played Red Dead 2. Do I personally plan to? Only because I know that for me, I won't enjoy it. Now, if the argument comes down between those 2 games, for whatever reason, I'll just stay out of it because I don't have I don't have the information to argue one or the other. But for me personally, it's God of War so far. There is like a few titles still coming out this year. No idea if that'll change anything.
Oh, yeah,
You got Just Cause 4 still. You have Smash as well.
Yep.
So, but yeah, on a personal level, that's where I'm at, and that's where he's at.
God of War is my like close second.
Nice.
I think before Yakuza 6, it was God of War.
And you also played a decent amount of Red Dead as well, right?
I did not as much I didn't beat it or anything, so that could very much change my opinion if I ever do. I don't think I'll beat it in time to say that. And I like Red Dead. It's good, but I don't know. There's something about its pacing and stuff. It doesn't quite hook me the way it hooks other people.
I thought you said all the humans are dead. That guy looks human.
Oh, well, most of them are dead.
Okay.
There's a couple.
I like this one. You may continue breathing, Jones.
Horseman, please. To have you on our side would turn the tide in ways we cannot measure. Humanity might stand a chance.
While my mission does involve balance, it does not require.
Hello,
I am here to
Nabosha.
root out the 7 deadly sins.
We are
and
playing on a
return
PC.
To the council.
Ugh.
No less, no more.
What if
I sincerely doubt
PC
that.
with a controller.
I'm faring quite
I can't play like action games like this on a mouse and keyboard. I can't imagine that being fun. I'm sure someone does it
Yeah.
really well.
humanity will not even?
direct them. How do you explain?
Oh, I don't.
Okay, so basically he's just telling me you can like find humans throughout the world and like collect them and bring them back, and then if you like
No, I doubt it will
bring back enough, he like gives you some like items and stuff.
When?
Crime saying this guy makes weapons for you in the
Yes,
previous
yes, I
games.
will shepherd the wee ones your way.
Is that true?
What about?
He said, he said, "Oh, this is the big guy that makes weapons for you. He's from the previous game."
Yes, he's from the first game.
Eduardo saying he loves Darksiders. Awesome. The specs for our PC is 8700K, 32 gigs of RAM, 1070. Stop talking. You want to hear that conversation? He's doing the blacksmith?
And go back.
No, please don't.
Ulthane, he's blind.
Most anticipated game or games? Ooh, that's tough.
Oh, like next year?
Yeah. Sekiro, probably? for me?
Sekiro,
Anthem, I'm cautiously optimistic because, man, if that game doesn't do well too, I don't know what's going to happen to BioWare.
Oh, yeah, I'm really... Poor BioWare.
I hope it's good.
Me
I'm,
too.
like I said, cautiously optimistic.
I love BioWare. BioWare has some of my favorite games ever. Probably Metro. I could go for a good old Metro game. It's been a while. And Devil May Cry.
And Devil May Cry. That's early next year, right?
Yeah.
or like at least earlier.
Metro's
I don't know about. I forget.
February. Devil May Cry's March. I am
Jeez,
super excited.
February and March are going to be crazy because I think Anthem's February too, and then I think Division's in March.
Anthem is the same day as Metro. I think
Yeah,
Anthem and Metro are like on the same day, which
Jeez, it's gonna be crazy.
yeah. No, it's it don't stop. You got like Kingdom Hearts at the end of February.
That's right. Sorry, we got Lucy James Games now.
Yep. She's got it covered for us. We don't have
Yeah.
to worry about it.
Callow Games. I don't think that's a fair comparison. Asking what's better, Dead Cells or Darksiders 3. I don't-
That's a very
those are even close.
Completely different games. So this area kind of has a couple of the
Okay, you can't go through there, the spider stuff,
I
because we
wouldn't-
saw that
It's
earlier.
weird. I wouldn't call this like the hub area, but this area sort of branches off to a couple different paths throughout later on. So yeah, you see all these different things I can't access right now.
Saw that wind there that could potentially push you upwards or
Yep.
something. Don't forget Bayonetta 3 and Metroid 4. Are those actual confirmed 2019 though?
I don't think they have confirmed when they're
Yeah,
coming out.
so
That's
like,
just like
I'm basing it off what we know for sure.
It's entirely possible. I mean, I was the other day I was actually looking at what's coming out next year, and outside of like March, we don't know what's coming out like in the fall or anything like that. So
Okay,
those
it's like open.
yeah, fall's pretty open right now. So I imagine those would be some.
There's
some
probably
fall
a lot of
games.
those TBD 2019.
Exactly. there's a massive like TBD like I don't know. I think these are coming out next year.
Yeah, where it's like I hope it comes out. and
Oh,
then you're just like,
remake, right? Remake also comes out.
yeah.
That comes out really early too.
Does it?
Yeah.
Man, it's just like loaded Q1.
That's like a
huh?
Resident Evil 7 situation where it was like one of the first big things.
I really want, and I know they just won't do it. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, Doom Eternal is also a good shout. I didn't think about that. I don't know. Does that have a date?
No.
Okay.
If I had to guess, that would be at the very least late
Ooh,
next
why
year.
is that guy red eyed?
He's like a little tougher dude.
All right. Yeah, we're not horsing around with this guy.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. See, he hits hard. Hey man. There we go.
Yeah, 2019 is gonna be good. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Back to my point. Oh man, what was that like? It was either this year or last year. I can't remember. But like, some game actually came out in January, and like it was perfect because it kind of like held me over until February and March when when more games come out. Because January is usually a dead period.
Monster
because wasn't Monster Hunter February though?
Monster Hunter was like January.
End of January. Maybe?
That was. I remember. So Monster Hunter is also really high up on my list this year.
Yes.
Probably like my third. And
We gotta fight for it.
yeah, we do. We do have to fight for it.
Oh man.
But that was a weird one where I'd never played a Monster Hunter before, and I was like, all right, time to finally get into it. And it was like the perfect storm of like, it came out, there was nothing for like a month. So I could just put like 150 hours in Monster Hunter without having to like, that's the problem with like games in the fall is that you feel like, I gotta keep moving on to the next game. You don't get to really like devote time to some of the bigger ones. Like Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter was not
was
March.
so-
It was February. I'm almost positive it was February.
Maybe it was February. Maybe it's because
Touch it.
I thought it was
Touch it.
January even. No, it was January.
January,
yeah.
yeah.
It was January.
26,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was like,
Yeah.
and we had it like
Early, too,
pretty early.
yeah.
So I remember like just playing Monster Hunter. That was like the thing. That was great.
They ruled the earth for as long as they did.
Death Stranding definitely late 2019. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, man, that game's.
Who
knows?
2020.
Is that game even real?
That should be a bingo game right there. Like when that game will actually come out, month and year or something.
Like death in here. Trust me. We shared a
Are there
room
even going to be any
1,000
PlayStation games next year? They're not doing a press conference next year.
Yeah, but you never know. They still have like what PSX and things like that they could have stuff at. Like,
True
but that is interesting for them not to be at E3. It's a good point.
Unless they move PSX, because normally they do it at the end of the year. So that would still be advertising 2020.
Because like Sekiro is not a platform exclusive at all, right? There's no
That's
there's
an
no
Activision
early
game.
there's no like early time or anything on that either. Right?
No. They don't really have much. Because I mean, even Kingdom Hearts is not.
Yeah.
It's associated with PlayStation
Maybe they
heavily.
sneak a Neo 2 in there somewhere.
Well, Neo 2 is happening.
It's
but
happening, but there's no date. There's only been that one trailer.
Yeah, and again, I don't think that's going to be. I think at this point they're probably not going to do.
All right, so Sekiro. Ooh, okay. You'll probably be done with DMC by the time you hit Sekiro, because DMC is March 8th and Sekiro is March 22. So you got to figure.
Oh sure.
You know, you can beat Devil May Cry 5 in 14 days.
Yeah, I can S rank. I can triple S rank all the levels before then.
Oh, what about Cyberpunk? You think that'll be 2019?
No,
you don't think so?
2020.
2020. That's another good.
That game is not coming out on this generation of consoles. I guarantee you that.
You think PS5 or whatever it is,
absolutely.
and then Xbox, whatever.
Especially since there's been all the rumors lately that like PS5 is going to be 2020. I'm like, no, yeah, that thing is dude. If that thing is a launch game for those systems,
that would be a console seller.
That would be a console seller. That's how you get people to buy your PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
Hey,
but don't you think that would be a?
You want to
everyone's
play
gonna play that on
Cyberpunk.
PC though.
But there's a lot of people who just don't.
Yeah,
have
I guess
powerful
that's
PCs.
true. That's true. That's fair.
Like imagine all the imagine like if Red Dead was like a launch game, like the amount of like systems they would sell.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's one of those situations.
That's kind of like that situation where I kind of kept, and it wasn't like this hot take or anything, but I kept saying like, there's no way Breath of the Wild is only coming out on the Wii U. It's definitely gonna be a Switch, console seller, like game,
yeah.
and obviously it turned out to be mostly true, and that wasn't that hard of a thing to predict. But still,
and you could argue that was a pretty big system seller.
Yeah, definitely. Ghost of Tsushima, you think 2019? I don't know if that has a date either.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess that. There's days
Or
gone.
what about Last of Us 2?
Oh yeah, there is Last of Us 2. I don't know.
That doesn't have a date either, I don't think.
No, that one doesn't.
Do you think that will be a PS5 thing? Or do you think that they would do PS4 on that?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh man, are they gonna pull a? Do you think they're gonna pull a Last of Us 1 situation? Because remember, Last of Us 1 came out final in 2013. It was the final year of the PlayStation 3,
and it still looked good.
And it still
surprisingly
looked really good. But then only a year later, they were like, "And here's the remastered version, PS4." They could pull
They could still do that. Yeah,
They could pull that
still
again.
do that. Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them to pull that again. Like, here's your last hurrah for the PS4, and also we're gonna remaster for the PS5, so you can expect to buy that.
Only rumored for 2019, I guess, for Last of Us 2. So, who knows? A lot of games, though. A lot of potential. I mean, there's already a lot of pretty solid games in the beginning of next year.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of speculative, that would be cool to have for 2019.
Yeah, what's going to come out after March?
Yeah.
Who knows?
We're going to be playing so many games, we won't have time to be worrying about that.
Hey, you know what? I still have so many games this year I haven't played. I am okay. If you want to stop putting out some video games for a while, I am.
You got January, man.
I am
A-okay
with that.
You got January to catch up.
I guess so, yeah.
Dan Tarek says Last of Us 2 2019 for sure. I don't know. There's nothing that confirms that. I mean, maybe. I forgot. Oh, man. Sorry if I missed the name of the person who mentioned this, but they had said, they'll probably just do something around or before E3 themselves, PlayStation that is, or Sony, that will then, let them, just do what they want and then announce the games they want. So maybe if they do that, maybe you'll get something to do with Last of Us 2 there or something announced or something.
That was a little puzzle there. So you get the bugs to eat this thing, and then you can destroy the webs.
Oh, so now you could technically, on those few web areas, potentially get through that as well. I need to play Celeste, Dan Tarek. there's a few people in the office that have been saying you got to play before we deliberate and stuff like that, because not only just because the soundtrack's great, but you know,
the soundtrack's really good.
The gameplay is like kind of rewarding, and apparently there's a pretty good story to it, almost like Ori. So that's one of those games I got to play this week. Is this game just dodge, strike, repeat? I mean, kind of. There's also perfect dodge. So
it's a lot of this.
Also, the other thing too is that he does. Oh, geez. He also doesn't have the second weapon yet, which kind of changes things.
I'm gonna just pull this out.
Oh, she is full armored. I like this. This is good. And you get full health back. All right.
You regenerate your health.
Dude, why can't we do this more often? Because that looks crazy.
It takes a little bit to fill up. Although you can get the Havoc Shard. If you do that, I think it maximizes it for you. Oh, hello there.
With perfect dodge, you can look at sweet leg animations.
There's one of them, Sloth.
He is a terrible sight to
He's sleeping.
Got his little weird throne.
Revisnaha says the problem is that PS5 will be backwards compatible, so selling to people again would be harsh, when technically you could just patch the game to look better.
Oh, that's true. I mean, we don't know what their backwards...
Yeah.
I mean, they said they felt like it was going to be...
Would I be shocked, though, if they did a, like, remastered for, like, PS5? No.
I wouldn't be shocked either.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's a business.
I hope they treat... That's maybe one of my bigger disappointments with Sony this console generation is their backwards compatibility has been weak. Xbox has them beat on that front for sure.
Nice, level up. Level up right before the boss. That's always good.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Still waiting for that Bloodborne 2, though, you know.
Do you see? You saw the teasers?
What teasers?
Oh, well, so From Software put up a...
is it because of the VR game?
The VR game. You saw that?
I heard about that. I heard about there's like 3 Easter eggs in Daracine. I think I'm saying it right. Daracine or Daracine.
Yeah.
The VR, the From Software VR game, which has like hints at what is like an untold story, because there's like a doll. There's like a doll... Or the doll is in that game as like one of those Easter eggs.
There's a doll in the game as an Easter egg, and the doll is doing the like contact pose from Bloodborne.
Okay.
And then it says like the doll is from a like unfinished tale, which implies like, hey, we're not done yet. We're gonna make another one. And everyone's like,
give me
ooh.
it. Come on.
I know.
See, that would be a PlayStation exclusive. I don't think it would need PS5 for me to even want to play it, but sure.
Oh, sure. that would definitely be a... I mean, yeah, that one's owned by Sony.
I would buy that game in a heartbeat regardless, but, you know.
I was always kind of shocked that they just... I felt like that was such a big winner for Sony that...
That hasn't happened sooner.
That Sony wasn't just like, hey, you guys need to make another one. Maybe it was something about the deal with From, where From was like, nope. And Sony maybe is a little more respectful.
And it's
I just assumed they would be like, nope, we need to make another one.
He wanted a break too, right? Didn't Miyazaki want to kind of like chill off of that? And isn't he doing like technically Armored Core or like the next Armored Core?
Miyazaki, I don't think he's even involved much in Sekiro or anything.
I just rather him be on it. You know what I mean? I don't want a Dark Souls 2 situation or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, but at the same time, you have to wonder how much his involvement was, considering that.
Are there air attacks? Sorry, I would just like see you hovering.
There is. There's like a little, which I failed to do. Oh, I forgot because it's the. I hit the wrong button.
Is it the other weapon? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the wrong button. That's what the issue was. Because like Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 were kind of happening around the same time. They're only a year apart, so I wonder like what his involvement was within both of those games. Like I don't really know.
I like Dark Souls 3.
Oh no, I do too. I'm just curious what his involvement was in both of those games, and I think you can make a good Souls game without him. Although Dark Souls 2 maybe... I like Dark Souls 2, but it's certainly the weaker of the games.
I'm curious if I'm personally going to like Sekiro, only because I know it's a more tactical, stealth-based kind of game. Now, I haven't played it, so I don't know if you can just not play that way. But it seems like it definitely wants you to play more that way, or that style of like stealthing around because you know like. But you know, I'm definitely gonna check it out. Of course, I went down a deep rabbit hole when they first teased it. Like, oh god, what game is it? Is it you know? And it turns out it was something kind of different. It could have been a Tenchu, but it wasn't. Could have been a horror game. It wasn't.
Hello there.
Am I the only one who expected more focus on the game being played right now in comparisons to the previous 2 games? I mean, we can definitely talk about that. We were just chatting with the chat. But if you have questions about Darksiders 3 or things like that, sure. We're just chatting because that's kind of what most of chat's talking about is just most anticipated and things like that. I mean,
a question about the game, hit us up.
Yeah, and there's nothing too complex going on here. This is one of the first puzzles we're finally able to kind of get to, which is, you know, you got to have that one bug eat the stuff, and then it'll light the fire for the webs and let you go to new places. Whoa. Oh, hello.
So I'm just gonna hit that havoc for him on this guy.
This guy reminds me of Dota hero.
Yeah, I kind of see what you mean. Got that little Zerg vibe to him.
Yeah, that's true too. Bam! Oh, he's almost dead.
Oh,
he's like one shot.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, nailed it.
There we are.
Do those guys? Okay, so you got a acid exploders. Okay.
Hello.
Those are definitely Hive. Those are Banelings.
They're not. What are they in Warhammer? Warhammer 40K.
I didn't get into the series.
The OG version of the Zerg. StarCraft basically just ripped off Warhammer 40K.
That is a new rock. Thank you, Chala. A Nubarak, actually, isn't it a Nubarak? But yeah, I mean, all it had to do was do the stun with the spikes coming out, and that would have totally been the thing. You don't need Havoc form for that guy. Yeah,
killed
it's
him
fine.
before he even saw.
It was his preference.
Yeah, I just wanted. I
Just
just wanted to. I wanted
whatever.
Hey man, you don't have to have it for any of these guys.
Yeah. But then you don't want it like so. In God of War, I almost like never used Spartan Rage. I only used it to get life back, and I feel like I could have used it like way more than I did.
Oh.
So like, it's never necessarily that worth it to save.
Oh right.
Something like that.
I remember how to do
unless
this.
you need to. Internal XHD. Should I get this game? I mean, I think if you've been into the previous Darksiders games and you want to play another one, I think that.
Yeah, if you like the previous ones, I think there is value in this game for sure. I'd maybe wait. I don't know if I'd say it's worth like a full price.
Okay.
Is sort of my take. Because what? It is a full $60, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, I'd maybe wait till it goes down in price a little bit. Wait. Oh. I almost messed that up. There we go.
Yes. $59.99.
Yeah. My personal opinion would be to maybe wait until it goes down in price. But if you like Darksiders, I think there is value in this game. I'm having a fun time with it.
True says this game doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Yeah, considering earlier all of chat was like, this is too cartoony.
Yeah, that's... I've never...
But isn't that like part of the style?
Yeah, that's just the style. It's kind of, you know...
Yeah, this guy looks cool.
We all need a hobby. I hope you've left something for me. I'll try not to enjoy this too much.
Dude, I don't want to be this guy.
That is unfortunate.
Danteric wants to know your opinions of this game, but maybe I'll ask after you fight Raph, because he looks like means the business.
Yeah, I need to pay attention there. There we go.
Stop being a coward, John. Fight like a tactical war god. Nice. Nice. was just about to tell you. You did such a great job of dodging that you built up a good amount of meter. Ooh, good dodge, good dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Getting that rhythm down. And I jinxed you. Horribly. There will be big spoilers after this fight. Oh, thanks for
Yeah, there's gonna be some story stuff.
the heads up. I guess if you guys are worried about spoilers, probably get out after he dies. Or if you want to be worried about it, just get out, I guess, if you want. Which is totally fair. Thank you for the heads up. Go demon form. He can't. If you can see his top left meter, he doesn't have enough for it. But he doesn't need it.
I got him.
No problem.
Whew. Oh, it did it!
What?
Oh, man.
What?
That happened on this playthrough. I had this glitch where it skipped a cutscene.
It totally skipped it?
And it skipped it again. Dang. That's a bummer.
Do it again. I'm just kidding. Don't.
There's like a cutscene in between this cutscene that it skipped.
So what did you have to do? Did you eventually get it, or?
When I went back home and I just started over, it did play it properly. So I don't know if that's a weird. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. Again, this is before the day one patch, so hopefully like that gets fixed. But that's kind of a bummer when that happens. Horse dies. We've all seen the videos. Yeah, I guess apparently it is. That video is online, so you can watch it.
Matt Adams wants to know: do you get better rewards the less you get hit?
No, nothing like that.
Are they becoming like normal?
They're like letting their souls be like recycled or something. I'm honestly not 100% sure what's going on.
Ha! Skip the big spoiler. Yeah, we planned it. Tactical.
Yep, totally.
100% tactical. The game design was created by Joe Mad. He's mainly a comic book artist, so from the start, it was created to do this style.
Yeah, totally.
Thanks.
Deluded pawn of the Charred Council. Do you even know where you are?
I know exactly where I am. The stench betrays you.
Stench.
The Hollows is a hell all its own.
Indeed. But it is one that I alone rule.
What did you do to them?
Nothing that they did not wish for.
Sup, Ice Swallow? We're doing well.
You wear your ignorance on your face. The true consequences of this so-called war for balance are
Yes, Crime.
beyond your comprehension. Perhaps I should hollow you.
Yeah, let's become hollow.
A what? This only confirms what I already
We lose half our health bar, and then.
Yeah, we gotta.
But it's okay because no one will invade us online, which is good because it's a live stream.
Enough! Unlike you, I have not come to this place for personal gain.
Crime says Red Dead
The
Redemption 2
seven deadly
online
sins
stream
must
tomorrow.
be
I believe so.
eliminated once
Yes,
and
that's
for
the
all.
plan.
To protect the balance you mock, I will not.
Depending on how that works, me and Ben
Yeah.
might do that for Community Fridays because
That's fine.
Friday is when it's open for,
For everyone. Yeah.
So
It's a beta
yeah.
as well, so. Yeah.
If depending on how that game works with online, we might try and do something with that. It's been a while since we've done one of those. It's a busy month.
Yeah. Skeletons. By killing these skeletons? Okay. There's a story on GameSpot.com, truth about Red Dead 2 online beta, that you can read about.
All the details. Tomorrow's only if you have the Ultimate Edition, though.
Yeah. And then there's different like rolling release or different staggered release dates. So if you check that out, you'll find out when you're able to play the beta as well. As John Luke had mentioned, come Friday, everyone should have access.
This is more than a test of battle.
A demonstration, horseman. You are so quick to come. Your whip ready to crack. True righteousness requires true insight. If this was a test, you have failed. To resist a call to raw impulse is a different type of strength.
Spare your wisdom.
Skeletons with
I
heartburn.
know my strength, and when I prove it to the council, I alone will lead the horsemen. The Seven will be destroyed, along with their designs for a world far more hideous than the apocalypse we already know.
Very well.
Crime says a little. Yeah, that's a good point, Crime. Mentioning if the servers don't go down tomorrow.
Yeah. I feel like, if anything, though, there's probably less people tomorrow, though.
Well,
You know
sure,
what I
because
mean?
there's only
Like,
people who bought the Ultimate
yeah.
Edition.
That's why I feel like Friday would be more risky. Unless they ramp up.
Take this weapon.
Ooh, we got a new weapon?
Yep, we got that new
Oh,
weapon.
is this for those flame doors, probably?
Yep.
Yeah.
The universe has so many faces. Your survival depends on what you have learned.
Oh, shit. We're Starfire.
She does look like Starfire.
That which gazes back at you from the mirror.
Fine. Can we go now?
Not quite yet. There is the matter of Abraxas to discuss.
Abraxas.
She looks cooler now, though.
She does.
TBH.
Demon meddler. If Earth is to remain intact,
Let's get some hair dye. Looks a lot cooler.
he threatens your
Oh, I'm fighting that guy right now, actually.
His very soul must be brought to me.
So he's Shang Tsung.
I see. And you want me to do it?
Who better?
I'll consider it.
So now we're a
No
lackey.
guarantees.
Then you and your watcher be gone.
She's defiantly a girl, just changed her hair color. Yep. Flame Hollow.
Alright, so now we can destroy these
Fire
webs.
Something
Flame webs.
changes when I hold it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so this is like my secondary. This is a little,
Oh, it's like a dual wield?
yeah, it was a little fast, like,
Yeah, that's cool. I like it.
and you can walk through lava.
I feel
Dang.
like waiting
Should heal you too, technically, but it's not.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
I joined for 10 minutes of cutscene. Yeah. Well, you could have had more if we didn't get some glitch.
So you can, like, turn it off.
Oh.
But
Why would you turn it off?
I don't know why. Because then you can't use the secondary ability at all. So it's like, in my opinion, I'm like, no, you should
Maybe the style.
just, maybe but,
Style
like,
points.
you would always want to keep it on.
Because you still have access to everything with when you have it powered on,
Yeah.
right? Okay, well then.
Also, it's not letting me turn it back on. Hmm. Do they not expect you to turn it off? That's a problem.
Good luck. You just made the game harder for yourself.
I broke the game if that's the case. I literally can't progress.
Really?
I mean, yeah, because you need
Oh,
to use your flame jump.
shit.
Why would they not let you? That is, I'm literally hitting the right button.
Maybe do you
now.
have to die then? Here. Oh.
Oh, there we go. Oh, maybe something's up with this bumper then. That's weird. Might
We're
be-
fine.
Maybe this
No
maybe
problem.
this bumper is not working right then.
incredible.
Okay, now she's looks worthy of Fury. That's
All right, so there you go. So yeah, we got you get a little traversal like. So every weapon gets like a different style and then like a traversal ability.
okay.
associated
How many
with it.
weapons do you end up with?
4.
Okay. And you can like use all of those at will, or is it like you can only use like your whip and the other ability?
So you
at
can
the
use
same
your
time?
whip and then the one,
secondary
and
ability?
then
Okay.
you basically can like swap
Gotcha.
between them all.
Go back Super Saiyan. You got it.
There we go.
Oh hey.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Oh, we can
Perhaps an impact of
What would
try
you
to tell me what
ask
to
of
do.
this
I know what to do.
humble mer- This will be fun.
Just enough.
As you will.
I don't think she's voiced by her, but your watcher kind of sounds like Nebula
They scream.
from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hmm.
I forget.
Someone had asked if she
Gillian
was
Anderson, Amy Pond, Doctor Who.
Oh, this is way much better.
Yeah.
This is more my style of gameplay. Not that slow plodding whip that reminds me of the cane from Blood.
Oh, I love the cane in Bloodborne though.
Garbage. I refuse.
I mean, the daggers are better though.
Sure.
It takes forever to get them though, unless you
Kill her.
Unless you kill her right away. Which I guess is worth it if you just want those daggers, because man, they're sweet.
What are the special abilities you get this time? Asked Joshua Jackson.
So you can set enemies on
yeah.
fire. I guess I can show it. Yeah. So like, just do like extra damage. Set everyone
Okay,
on
so
fire.
you just more DPS.
Yep. Really good when you're fighting individual, or when you're fighting like a big enemy.
Yeah, there is a day one patch, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We are not on that day one patch, obviously, because it doesn't come out till
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I hope it fixes some of the weird glitches, because I have had a couple. Nothing that's been like weird game breaking, except for that one where I couldn't figure out where to go. But I'm hoping that was just me being dumb.
I mean, usually I would say that's the case, you know, because then you see someone else doing it, you're like, shit.
It probably,
That's all it was?
probably is.
I can see a similarity.
Oh, hello.
That's the unfortunate thing when you have a game early, is that you
Yeah,
can't
have to
really
deal with some of that
you
stuff.
can't really look it up. Hello there.
Oh.
Yikes! Wow.
See ya. Hey, you're still good.
Am I?
No,
Let's see.
you're not.
Let's see. Dang. Smoked me.
This guy's not messing around.
Yikes.
That Fire Nova was awesome. Yep. Probably should have saved it. Well, I mean, depending on which move you're talking about. I was thinking the DPS move that.
Oh sure,
Got
yeah,
me
that would
good.
have helped against this guy.
Ooh.
Oh jeez, I'm not doing it. Did bad. Did bad.
This is the real boss.
Released 2 patches improving frame rates, just as bad as it was before. So, I mean, I'm on PC. PC, the frame rate's been buttery smooth for me. A couple weird hitches, but frame rate's been solid. But I'm not familiar with the console version, so I don't know if that was an issue for those. So there you go. See, I lost all my souls. I have to go get them back now.
It's fine. This time you'll have your ability for that guy,
True.
which should hopefully make things a bit easier. Yeah, I think he got stuck behind the bone stack somehow. Yeah, there you go. Start chaining it.
Yeah, so you can do a little bit of chains. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, I mean, it is a little easy to get overwhelmed sometimes if you're not careful.
Oh, that guy's got cool
Yeah, this
moves.
guy.
I like it.
Bane of my existence.
Dang, the fact that you take damage during that is like pretty
Oof.
bad.
Oof. Yeah, like during the like
The spinning
char-
move.
and
Yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah.
and
It's
then you
like
still take damage during it.
the
I don't like that about
reward. The reward is not a good payoff because it doesn't even seem to do like that much damage.
So it's useful in one-on-one encounters with enemies that block because it's like knocks them out of their like their
Hi,
block
Kyle.
animation. But in that case, it was not good because you have all these other enemies that just hit you.
Okay.
Anyway.
Silent Nova says there's an area down below. I don't know.
Also, this camera with this staircase is not the best. Oh, what?
You gotta get your cheesy moves, you know?
You do. So yeah, against like single enemies, I would just like use this and I would keep like stunning them out of their like block, and you can kind of cheese them that way a little bit.
Okay. Silent Nova says, I don't mean to backseat or anything, but the area below might have something that'll help you on your journey.
Oh, that was weird. The area below back there.
I'm not sure what A means.
Hello. I can go back and check.
Is it that, maybe? To
Oh, they're
your-
referring to this?
Down there, maybe? Because there is a platform.
mean,
Near,
I
I don't
can
know,
hop
though.
down.
I don't
Yeah.
see anything, though.
Hop. There we go.
Oh, maybe through that waterfall? Or here. Oh,
Oh, there you go. Demon Artifact. So you can use that to upgrade.
nice. Thank you for that tip, Silent Nova. Appreciate it.
Oh, jeez. We'll just
Hashtag danger.
I'll just hop on out of here. All right. What time are we at?
12:06. Yeah, a little
Okay.
bit of time.
Okay.
Enough time to kill this guy. While I put this other guy in timeout.
Nice.
Yeah, get burnt.
Come on.
Ooh, nice dodge. What are your thoughts on health bar?
On the health bar?
Yeah, enemy health bar. Because you had mentioned like Dark Souls and all that stuff, and they don't. Oh, lordy!
Does Dark Souls not have an enemy health bar? They do.
Do they?
Yeah.
What am I thinking of
Also,
that doesn't have
I
health
died
bar?
because I was paying attention.
Flame Tay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dark Souls is an enemy health bar. Unless I'm crazy.
So do you have to get that artifact again then?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, this is the run, John Wick, I
Yeah.
believe.
Also, I'm just gonna run past these boys.
Oh, you don't want to build meter? I guess it's fine.
Just do this.
Oh, what's that?
That'll increase
Your
my,
damage?
It building up. The Wrath Shard actually would have given me all the way. I should have done that one. That's okay.
Go demon. He's really close to it, actually.
I am. I could maybe.
Nah, still not there.
Come on.
Ooh.
I always have trouble with like
Lucky that didn't
slow
hit.
moving attacks. Like I can never get the
Timing.
timing right. I always dodge too early. Oh, move out of the way.
Ooh, that's new. You can do that in the last 3 encounters. I like that. Nice.
There we go.
Oh, that's okay. So that's the like
That's the
dodge,
perfect for.
the perfect dodge.
There we go.
Or arcane counter, I think is what it's actually called.
Yeah, something like that.
Stop calling it what that is. All right, so now you can havoc form something. Havoc form something.
There we go. All right.
Are elemental attacks a factor? I.e., if you are firing an attack a flaming enemy, does it do less damage?
No, I didn't notice anything like that.
Too late to check, Silent Nova. But they had said that it might actually respawn, but whatever. Don't
If
worry
you
about
were
it.
What?
insuffered,
The
you'd be a
demon
cloud.
artifact. Don't worry about it.
But I already got it.
Yeah, I know. He's saying that it might actually respawn and you don't have it. But don't worry about it. It's not worth
pretty
going
sure I
back
have
for. IMO.
Check.
You can always check your inventory, I guess. Haha.
Yeah, check my inventory.
Yeah, he's got it. Sweet.
We got it. There we go.
Are you near like a boss or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Gotta do some dungeon stuff.
Sweet. Ooh. Nice dodge. I like it.
I'm trying to remember if there's anything down here. I don't remember there being anything. Nope. Unless I can
Jump
get up
to the
there.
lava?
No, I
No.
can't. Come on. There we go. Well, there is a optional boss
It
around
appears
here.
your whole lot
Oh, yeah?
soul
hello.
is profoundly hurt, aren't you?
It's interesting that so that would only work with the flame your new weapons, right?
What?
That thing that you just hit. that I think made the wall go up or something like that?
No, you can hit them with
the whip.
anything,
Okay,
yeah.
wasn't sure. Uh-oh, music's changing. Doesn't just normally pull it.
Yeah, she has to use her magic, and I'm like, you could do that on your own.
Yeah, Rand, the combat definitely is more of a Dark Souls-y, Bloodborne-ish style, I guess.
For sure.
Skinny dip in the lava, yeah.
So, I could try fighting this guy for Bob.
Okay.
The earth never ceases to impress with its variety of abominations.
Little mini side boss or something?
Yeah.
Mini boss, I guess, is a better way, probably.
Yeah, they're called like these champions or something.
Oh, you have your Havoc, too, if you need it.
Ooh.
J-Foils.
Chosen.
Does it feel too arcadey?
Not sure what that means. Yikes. Hello.
Get wrecked! Oh, you are not wrecking him
No.
at all. He is a sponge for damage. So good luck to you, sir. Nice. Also, you can do your other ability a little if you want. Ooh. Nice. For some reason, that move like gets me a little bit.
Ooh,
Oh,
dang.
so
Oh,
close.
so close, yeah.
Yeah.
Try and get him again.
Yeah. For some reason, like, it's easier to visualize and, I don't know, see and feel the whip counter more so than that, because that feels just so fast.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
It's just, I don't know. For me, visually, I'm like, oh, you did the counter. Okay. The other move just feels like meatier, I guess. Ooh, big boy's back. Yikes.
Just gonna
See ya.
zip on past him.
All right, round 2. Except you don't have your thingy this time, fortunately.
Wait, make sure no one like follows me up there.
Oh, can they leash that far or unleash that far?
I
guess
think
is
they
a better
can.
way?
I've had that happen before, so I'd rather avoid it if I could. Hey, camera.
Okay, healing shard's always
Oh,
good.
God, frenzy. I have a wrath shard. I could pop it.
You do you.
Or sorry, no, that's a havoc one. Ah, man, dang it. Oh well. That was a waste. That's fine.
Yeah. I will say, because I do enjoy like Dark Souls and Bloodborne, I do like the fact that like you want to like, you know, you die, but like you feel like cool. I got a rhythm. Like
Yeah.
Like we know that attack he's pretty vulnerable after, as long as you dodge it.
Okay, struggling with that. Come on, come on.
Woo!
There we go.
Off the heel. No problem. Nice.
No.
I was gonna say you don't have any more of those.
Dang it.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. All right, see if I can get him. So I think the bosses provide like a decent challenge, but maybe some of the more basic enemies can be a little bit easier.
Yeah, Ryan makes a good point. Dark Souls and Bloodborne give you a sense of getting good as you figure out the enemies and learn their tells. Yeah, that's the payoff, I suppose, is
Definitely
being able to endure that, and then
Yeah, the feeling that you've gotten better.
Yeah.
As opposed to just, oh, I put more stats in.
Mm-hmm. Why are slashers not popular in the game industry? There are good slashers out there.
Like hack and slashes?
Yeah.
Some DMCs and Bayonettas?
Yeah.
I think they demand.
Although, like, I
maybe
feel
a
like
level up.
Bayonetta is like, I guess it's a hack and slash. I don't know. I just feel like in that game,
Stylish action.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
it's not just stylish action necessarily, but like it, like it's got dodging and all that stuff.
Sure.
I guess.
Hey guys.
This is a good start.
Yeah. Already having to use one of my heals.
It means you'll have to really get good. All right, you got 2 of those in the healing charge. So good luck to you. At least it's kind of not cheap where he will auto target you after.
It's true.
Cause that always used to frustrate me. It's like, oh, I dodged to his side. Somehow he like 180'd me.
Yeah.
Fine, good trade. Somehow that move has iframes, I guess.
Yeah.
Got him.
And
There,
there we
you go. Didn't even need that last Nephilim's respite. Okay, so what does that give you? Oh, incredible power in a weapon.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's like used when you need to like upgrade your weapons.
Ooh, and an angelic artifact.
Sweet. All right.
Yeah. Is there anything else cool like on the horizon here?
Some puzzle stuff, but
all right.
That's about it.
I defer to you.
Smart we don't get to see some of the I like some of the other weapons as well.
I'm sure they're all stylistically different, so I'm guessing there's probably like a big heavy two-hander or something at some point.
There's a hammer. There's like a spear. There's a like a two-handed sword, but then as you do more combos, she breaks it into
I like that.
Two swords.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so if I recall, I need to. Yes. So activate it there because you have to activate it at the same time.
Perhaps these webs are not in
Nice. All right.
There were ways
She's already like talking about it. No,
I figured it out.
these chambers seem out of place.
They are old.
They are old.
More heaven to be sure. Early humans.
So these guys actually do like a lot of damage.
Perhaps.
Yikes.
I'm a clever thing, mistress. But even
Yeah, if you see them do like a charging red attack, then
Yeah.
they're gonna do some business on you.
Aha.
So
This is the John Luke solution.
This is the stun. You just do that.
I don't see how it's hypocritical to play a game despite reviewing it at a 4 out of 10.
Especially when I didn't review it.
Yeah, we didn't review it. That's 1. And 2, doesn't mean that we wouldn't play it. I mean, technically, we played Quiet Man on Extra Life.
We did.
And that got a 2.
I play Fallout 76.
Yeah? It's true. That also got a 4.
Mm-hmm.
And we've streamed that a couple times now.
We asked you
so.
multiple times.
But I feel like that game, at least from what I've heard, is a little bit more. I don't know. Your mileage may vary, kind of thing. Like
Sure.
You can see past some of that stuff and be okay with it, kind of. But yes. Frenzy shard. Man, I probably would have missed that. There's a little crevice in the wall. That's like the last thing I would think to like do. I guess once you get used to some of those things, you start looking out for it. But I would have never looked there personally. I mean, I'm pretty sure people want to see the game regardless. So, I don't know. I feel like it's still a service. If you don't think that it's a service, then you don't have to be here. If that's how you feel. That's just how that's like my perception of it, right? I don't know. I've never understood the people that come in to like say certain things, even though they like clearly don't want to be here. But then I realize also that is the internet, I guess. And there's, I don't know.
Hey man, when I made my Fallout video, it was just like some guy came in. He was just like, "Fallout's not even good. Am I right, guys?" And I'm like, why do you even click on the video? Like, what are you even doing here?
So he could say that, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. He just showed up so he could say, Fallout sucks, and then leave. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
thanks, I guess. Is that it? Okay.
Someone's still shooting you. Could hear it. What's up, Cyborg Man? Thanks for joining the stream. LOL, Eric. Welcome to the internet. I know. I know. But I like to, since I have the median to then say it to them, I
Exactly.
like to then tell
Put
them.
them on blast.
To, be like, hey, let's think about this. Oh, hello.
So you just use it for
Aw.
puzzles, but you can actually attack with it, which is
All
kind
right,
of cool.
that's good.
But there's also no enemies, so
Well, that's cool. Oh, all right. Finish the puzzle.
pretty easy one.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, right, I have to actually do the thing. Forgot about that.
It's like, no, that was the answer. We were playing on PC. But,
So,
yeah.
3 swords total.
So it seems.
It's always 3, isn't it?
It was just 2, actually, but okay.
3 keys, 3 stones, 3 swords. Rather ridiculous, don't you think?
Have you lost your mind?
No. I just hate it when the creator takes shortcuts.
So that's like the only time in the game where it hits weirdly fourth wall,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
but they only do it the once, and it's kind of weird.
Okay.
Also, I've always felt like every time a game's like, isn't this so predictable? I'm like, wait, so you know that this is like predictable game design, but you still did it anyway. You know what I mean? Like, just because you make fun of it doesn't mean it's not still predictable.
Yeah,
So I always kind of find that weird when they
that's fair.
make those jokes. All right. Oh, hey there.
Oh, it's the same 2 guys. Essentially. You're gonna run into 2 more? No, okay.
All right, these guys.
Well, the good news is you almost have Havoc form.
Whoa!
Good night. Go to sleep. 2 big
That was-
maces.
Jeez.
You want to kill those guys, or what do you want to do here?
We can kill them.
All right, want to kill him and then call it a stream.
Why not? Let's kill him. Yeah, unfortunately, we're still like a bit of a ways from like a next boss or anything.
Yeah, that's fine.
So.
I mean, we've kind of showed some of the
Yeah,
earlier bosses and
I
then
think
the
we
side
showed
boss.
off like a pretty
Cool.
decent amount of this game.
Ow, this guy does
You
hurt.
can expect more bosses. You get new weapons. There are different areas. But this is kind of the overall rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't, unfortunately, evolve too much, I feel like, past this. And that's sort of maybe my biggest issue is that I think the game kind of is, like, it doesn't, it's kind of a little one note. Again, I think it's got, like, a good foundation. I think it just needed more time to, like, have more variety to it. Would have been nice.
There you go. All day now.
There we go.
Oh,
Stupid. Oh, it's
of
those
course.
heavy attacks.
Jinxed
on those
it.
Guys. See, like, I do that charge attack, and I still,
yeah, because there's no iframes on it.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I guess it'd be too good if it did, but
I guess.
it also means that, like,
Don't want
because you can't cancel out of it, right?
No,
Yeah, that would be the only.
no, you can't.
Yeah, see, like, if you could cancel out of it, it'd feel a
Then
little
that'd
bit,
be fine.
like, yeah, a little fairer, I guess. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there are puzzles like the other games, Scott. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some puzzles. Pretty simple, but they are there. Oh, jeez. Nonsense like that.
This guy is like the hardest guy for you so far. Or this enemy type, I suppose.
Come on.
There. Nope.
Nope.
Woohoo! What if he hit you with that?
Oh, that'd have been bad.
Some moves have iframes for sure, Ego.
Mhm.
But that one move where he slams into the ground and
Anytime
then
you activate your not your havoc, but the other one, your wrath, like ability, your little super that has iframes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean,
Cool,
this point
yeah.
is just more of the game.
Sure. So that was a kind of like a quick early look of like
Mhm.
roughly the first 90 minutes. I mean, like you knew where some stuff was, so you could kind of get through
Yeah.
it a little bit faster than how most people end up playing it. But yeah, it's out tomorrow. Check it out.
Yep.
If you're curious about the review, it's on the site. You can check that out if you want to. But yeah, thanks for playing, John Luke.
Yeah. Thank you.
We have a long week ahead of us, of course.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to obviously stream Red Dead 2 online beta tomorrow, so come back for that. I think tentatively for Wednesday, I talked to Peter and we might do PS Classic
Nice.
on Wednesday. And yeah, so come back 11 a.m. Sub if you haven't, so you guys get notifications as to when we go live, and also for like the cool features that we do. You did one on Fallout recently.
Yep.
In terms of just like Bethesda and Fallout as a whole. Dirty Arty, if you guys didn't know.
Dirty Arty's great.
A great recurring series with Jake and Rob. They have a lot of fun with that. It's a lot of fun to watch. So yeah, do that and have yourselves a good Cyber Monday. I hope you guys get great deals. I don't know if there are any. I think more of them were during Black Friday, but either way, peace out. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.